Good evening. Welcome on in, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy end of financial year for those who celebrate that. If you've been getting good bargains in this season, hope you have. I haven't. Haven't really been doing much shopping, to be honest. But yes, I hope your week has been good, and I hope you are looking forward to a good weekend. I am very happy the week is over, more so than usual, because I had a project deadline. So it's nice to have that done, hopefully. At the very least, I don't have to worry about it for the next 2 days. That's a plus. So, Wolf, to be honest, Forza ain't repairing cars. Do you prefer the repairing cars, or what? Is that what you're saying with that statement there? I'm glad that the repairing of the cars has been as popular as it has been. And we had a very good result from last stream. But, variety is the spice of life, as they say. It has made me wonder if I want to have a look at picking it up on Steam, and it is on sale. So it is slightly more reasonable at only $75 as opposed to $131 that it normally is. Just still. But I don't know, something to think about. Something to think about. Yes, because the Steam summer sale is on. Well, because it's the full game, what we've been playing through the Xbox Game Pass, plus the Nissan DLC, the electric car DLC, the Jaguar DLC, the Land Rover DLC, Pagani Remastered DLC, Porsche Remastered DLC, Hot Rod DLC, Lotus Remastered DLC, Mazda Remastered DLC, Aston Martin DLC, and Drag Racing DLC. So basically, licensing fees. That is why it costs so much, licensing fees. So it could be fun, because then you could have a look at drag racing and stuff, and also on the Steam side of things, there are the mods that are available, because it is, I was going to say easier, but a better statement is probably it's possible to mod the Steam one, whereas it isn't with the Xbox version, unfortunately. So that's definitely something that is in my mind thinking about this. Are there more than those DLC? Oh, there's a separate one. There's a Ford Remastered DLC that isn't included in that. Huh. Why are you not included in that? That is interesting. Sorry, chat. It's the Steam Summer Sale, it's kind of distracting me. I have an intention to look through it properly this weekend and figure out how I'm going to spend my money. 8 degrees. Wow, that's cold. Hopefully you're inside and, well, I mean, I hope you're inside, but hopefully you're inside and warm. More to the point. Because 8 degrees is very cold for Australia. Very cold indeed. Okay. I think that seems unwise. Weren't you just saying it was cold? I feel like that might be making it colder. Maybe you just built of tougher stuff than I am. Because that seems unwise. That seems too cold for me. I would be closing up my windows, turning on the heater. But If it works for you, that's the important part, right? Whatever works for you. I am going to open up Forza. Let's get this started. I don't rightly know what car we're looking at this week. Yeah, but at least you were dressed properly. It wasn't like you were just in a t-shirt and shorts like, don't worry, guys, I'll sleep under the stars tonight. Which it kind of feels like what you're doing with your window open and your fan on. Also, it's not even just on, like, your fan isn't just on, it's on 3. You're blasting that. Yeah. The last cold camp, a weird statement, I'll admit, but the last cold camp that I went on was after we finished our year 10 final exams. We went up Mount Kosciuszko, the tallest mountain in Australia. And this was, in November. And we alternated with another group in school. So they went up the first week, we went up the second week. And on the first week, it was really quite warm, apparently. So anyone who knew people in the first week were told, don't worry about it, just pack light, it's really hot, it'll be fine. But when we went up, it was really cold. It snowed on the first night we were there. So there was one guy in my group who only packed the summer. So I'm talking like the heaviest thing that he had with him were some of those like leggings and a rugby jersey. A long sleeve rugby jersey, admittedly, but a rugby jersey. That was the warmest clothing he had. Because he took the previous guy's advice. That it's going to be cold. Going to be hot, sorry. So he had a rough time of it, if I remember correctly. Not as rough as me, though, because I unfortunately got diarrhea. So that was rough. But we made it out. Unless I died and this is all a dream. But I don't think it is. So I think we're doing alright.
Storm season, folks. Mexico's weather isn't any
Oh, there's some more donut
SoCal,
stuff?
right?
This week, it's 20 points for the 1991 GMC Cyclone. When this thing rolled out of the factory, it was the fastest pickup in the world.
There were people, because at Mount Kosciuszko is a national park. So you can't just dig a hole and then squat down. You had to basically take it with you. So I can't remember precisely how it worked, but there was a PVC pipe that we took with us. And then we had to collect it in that. And then we could empty it at the top, where there was actually a toilet. But there were people who decided, I'm not doing this. I am instead just going to hold on, and I will wait. I will wait it out. I'm going to wait until we've got a proper toilet. So what they did was they took the opposite of laxatives, constipatives, lockers. I don't know what you'd call them. But they took that and just kind of held on for 3 days or whatever. Honda S2000. All right, enough talk about bowel movements. Let's modder Honda S2000. You there. We'll get in this car, strip it of its mods, and start afresh. Reset. Yes. We could always... Actually, we could always do this over at the new test track. I haven't done that outside of the donut story. We'll give that a shot. Donut test track. Donut test track. Horizon test track, thank you.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
It'll give us an idea of what needs to be fixed. And then maybe what we can do with it. That wing is wobbling as something fierce. That wang. No, I am not dissimilar to you though, Wolf. I won't have my fan on like a high setting, but I will always have I do like to have a fan on, or failing that, a window open. So it's both to kind of have a little bit of noise, but also just a little bit of kind of air movement, so it's not just still. Unfortunately, in my apartment where I am currently, I don't have windows per se. I've just got sliding doors, glass sliding doors. So I just have to default to having the fan on if I want some air movement going on.
Turn left.
But I 100% get that need to have like a fan going, so you've got just some movement in the air, some noise in the background. For me, I think it's partly because I spent most of my time growing up... Where I grew up, the suburb was bounded by an A road. Start story, drive to the destination. Huh? Where am I driving? Yeah, we're just gonna drive to the test track. See what happens. The suburb I was in basically had an A road on one side and the railway on the other. So my house was kind of in between these two things. Oh, and a motorway going the other way. So on 3 sides, basically on 4 sides, it was surrounded by kind of ambient noise. Nothing too loud, normally, but enough that there was always something kind of in the background. A noticeable hum of civilization, of activity. And I don't know if that's why I enjoyed it, because it was the hum of civilization, this kind of reminder that the outside world was still there. Or if I developed a need to have a reminder that the outside world was still there because of that. But that's an aspect, excuse me, indigestion. That's an aspect I did grow to enjoy. That kind of, oh yeah, the real world's still out there. I think whatever we do, we need to make this as high revving as possible. My favorite flavor of Smith chips, well, just kind of regular, let's say regular tier brand chips. I think it would probably have to be salt and vinegar, I reckon.
In 400 meters.
I think those are, out of like the normal level chips, they don't have to be salt and vinegar flavored chips. But if we go up to like the pricier ones, like Red Rock Deli and Kettle and what have you, I'm not so sure. It's not salt and vinegar though. I'm not as big a fan of balsamic vinegar.
100 meters. Turn sharp left.
I'm not as big a fan of balsamic vinegar. Salt and balsamic vinegar. So Light blue, is that light and tangy? Or like sour cream or something like that? Sour cream and chives? Yeah, let's start the upgrade process. Okay, let's start with the tires first. Because I reckon we can do a lot. Because we've got all the way to A class to go to. Let's go semi-slicks. That's already taken us up a long way. They're really wide boys at the back. There were some new ones that were kind of interesting last week, if I remember correctly. Where are they? Brabus? Like, Brabus? Oh, these ones. They're not new, but they're still neat. Let's go for those ones. Those ones. We'll push these as far out as we can. Okay, now we're in A class. Let's get some brakes on here. Some better brakes, I should say. Slam it to the ground. Get the anti-rolls in here. Alright, we're going to do some investigative journalism here from reporting. Going to the old pantry, finding out what the light blue Smith's Chips packet is. Or Smith's Crisps, for those back in the mother country. Now, can we could maybe do it just on a stock engine. But is that something we want to do, though? Sour cream and chives, of course. So I'm taking from this that might be your favorite. Sour cream and chives. E. Get a better gearbox in here. Sport transmission does work. Race transmission kind of does. Slightly over, but maybe with a spoiler, slightly under. I tie with what? What's the other one that gets you going? Alright, let's give us a quick test. Kind of interested what the engine swaps we had were. Straight 6, a V8, a racing straight 6 turbo, and a turbo rally. What? The S2000 has probably just got a straight 4. A red pack. A Smith's red pack? I don't know what that would be, actually. Get into the tuning menu real quick. Bins. As much as I was trying to get more information, that doesn't clarify things as much as I thought it would. I really don't know what that would be. Yeah, let's not camber this quite as much. No, we can probably camber the front a bit more. A bit more stance. Let's turn the caster. Anti-roll looks fine for now. We're a bit higher than we have to be. Oh, we didn't get a diff. Gotta get a diff. think we've got a pretty nice car. Now all we need to do is get a pretty nice paint job on this bad boy. Let's check out. Can we check out? View baskets. How do we exit? Can't remember. The only time I've exited was... There we go, quit event, purchase upgrades and return to free roam. Because the only time I've exited was when we just continued the mission in the donut thing. Can't remember if it was on here or somewhere else we were talking about chips, but I feel like I've talked about chips recently. But the... excuse me. My favorite chips currently... I mean, like, I've got a few favorites. You know, there's Solomina, like we mentioned before. But there's also, like, honey soy chicken, or like... Is it honey soy ham or something? Those ones are quite nice. There's a lime and cracked pepper that Kettle and Red Rock Daily do, which I quite enjoy. And there's a Thai one that the Aldi knockoff Red Rock Daily does that is also very nice. I think that's my... I think I put the VTEC on the side. It did. Let's take off the VTEC. We can put it back on if we want, but let's start clean. Thank you for the shout out, Sergeant. Appreciate the reminder to follow. Alright, let's start by painting the car. We can repaint the roof, but what if we don't? What if we take advantage of that? Well, when Sergeant pops up and says, "Hey, welcome aboard, thanks for dropping by, like what you see, drop a follow." That stuff. Giving me a shout out in my own channel. We have a donut yellow. Interesting. Yellow and black, do you mean? I mean, blue and black? But then again, this would be a... This kind of here would be a mix between high and low car. What I was wondering is if we did something like this. Bit of a yellow look. To make the highlight a bit more orange and the low light a bit yellower. Oh, that's color, body colored. Interesting. Yellow blue mission thing. So having a blue highlight would be a little bit rough. Well, don't be scared, it might be ice cream. Hearing ice cream is not inherently bad. It might be good. You might get ice cream. I got ice cream. No, not from an ice cream van, but it was good. Get the calipers, the normal color. Carbon fiber, the wing mirrors. Save some weight. Oh, Neapolitan. I haven't had a Neapolitan forever. Good choice. I can never figure out what the pink one tastes like, though. I feel like the pink one just kind of tastes pink. You know, it doesn't have a flavor to it. At least, not that I can really pick up on. Where'd the community thing go, huh? Oop, let's spell Honda correctly. It's working, but the recommended ones disappeared, unfortunately. Ah, yeah, that is something I haven't had in forever either. Good old fairy bread. Such a basic kind of thing, but it is so choice. We got an Intel Inside VTech logo. A lot of this isn't really like Honda related. I mean, some of it definitely is. That's quite impressive. Where was that VTech Inside thing? Where'd you go? You're around here somewhere. Doom, 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 doom. Put it just under here. Lovely. Well, what if... That's a weird way to spell pronounce if. What if we just look up VTech? What does one get with just VTech? Well, there's the VTech Inside again. VTech loading, please wait. VTech kicked in. Powered by VTech. Powered by K20. VTech loading, but this time more loaded. This time VTech loading, but slightly different angle on it. Okay, so there's a lot of VTech loading. Big VTech loading consensus in the community. New Walking Dead game, New Walking Dead show. What else could we put on this car? Obviously there's Honda. But what else? What else screams Honda to you? I have never watched any of the Walking Dead stuff, and frankly, I'm not going to start now. What about Joe? What happens if we search Joe? Sleepy Joe. Joe Biden. Free Joe Exotic. No, I don't think we really need to free Joe Exotic, actually. There's a lot of free Joe Exotic stuff. What's up with that? Oop, no, I didn't want to do that. What about Amanda? We searched for this last time just to get the text for our TikTok. But we didn't really explore. Well, that's because we didn't actually have much to explore, so that explains that, doesn't it? What if we search Twitch? That's where we are currently. What does the Horizon Vinyls Gallery think of Twitch? Thinks donut. Okay, don't quite know how that relates. Thinks PayPal. Mm-hmm. Of course, of course. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good rendition too. There's the Prime logo. Live on Twitch. I feel if you just say live on Twitch, you're just asking to get bullied. If anyone can see it, though, I guess. And if no one can see it, then it doesn't matter, does it? I reckon that colon D. Where was it? Oh, D colon, sorry. But yes, we should have a look for PogChamp as well. What if we just look for emote? Did that give us anything? Put you there for now. What emote? Of course, there's eggplants. Not as many as I would thought. What about Pog? What does that give us? Not an enormous amount. At least nothing really that good. Yeah. See if that gives anything different. PogChamp. No. In fact, arguably it gives us a lot worse. So I've got a Honda S2000. What is the closest competitor to the Honda S2000? Probably the BMW Z4, maybe? BMW? What does BMW give us? A lot of labels. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting. But it's just a lot of BMW stuff, isn't it? Honda. What about we just search S2000 actually? VTEC, trunk tops, fenders, hood vents. Whatever this is. A license plate, a rear emblem. Bob Ross. Okay, not great from that. What if we search Forza? Do you get dabbing Squidward? Possibly. Dabbing Squidward could be. But just dabbing. Oh, actually, hold on. On a related note to dabbing, about Fortnite. So we get a lot of Among Us. Okay. Interesting. We get everyone's favorite part of Fortnite. Greetings from Poland. Get the country Turkey, Fortnite for president, the police. Fortnite in the eBay or the Pornhub logo. Battle bus done in a reductionist art style, we'll call it. I reckon we put a Victor Royale on our side. Or maybe on the back. Maybe Victor Royale on the back. Where's the back? There's the back. It's not going to be large enough. What do we have on our side? We've got the VTEC inside and the D colon. Capital D colon, I should say. What about Intel? Because we've already got... That's like a theme we've already started with a VTEC inside. Could get a Core i5 inside our car. Get some real kind of multi-core processing. Oh, wow, okay, sorry, we just kind of shot across. A 3090, that's not a bad idea. So what we'll do, I'm going to get a Core i5, that looks the most accurate. It's bloody large. I don't remember the processors being that large for computers. But it has been a while since I put one together, maybe they got bigger. Put that next to the VTEC. There. So let's try searching NVIDIA. So again, we start off strong by getting the opposite result with AMD. Okay, not a huge amount. What about 3090? Let's get that graphics horsepower. Okay, so it's just an ad basically for the 3090. Apex Legends, a competitor to Fortnite. Okay, a lot of the logo isn't a bad logo, but maybe not quite what we're looking for. That is a pretty good Vision Dynamics logo, actually. Well, look, let's put Nessie on. Maybe, hold on, what we're going to do instead, we will put Nessie on the bonnet. Have a nice big Nessie on the bonnet. Okay, come on. There she blows. Hard to make sure that particular sticker is square because it just doesn't look it. Lovely. But I feel like we can get something just on the hind quarter. Maybe we could put the Core i5 back there. We do have a lot of stuff up the front. Put this right next to the rear tail light. Just there. And then we'll copy it all over to this side. Flip it all around. You don't have to get flipped. We've got Nessie. And while we're here, let's see what we get if we do furry. Furry GF, I have a furry BF. Furry on board, you got passed by furry. I heart furries. Questionable things I don't particularly want to say out loud. Definitely not on stream. A lot of it is pretty cringe, TBA. And or too wide. This might work on the boot. This is really contingent that we are actually fast enough that people can be in a position to read this. Because if they are not, well then that kind of defeats the purpose of the joke, doesn't it? Color fine tune. Yeah, that's fine. That's grand. That is. All right. I think we got a pretty nice whip. Yeah, but then the problem is, what happens if they're just constantly honking behind us? Speaking of honking, we got some new horns. How do we do that? Car horns. Let's check out the new horns we got. We got a honk horn. Wow. Oops. I feel like the horns are quite silent, actually. Do we have any more further down in the, Oh, red alert. Weird sounding alarm, that one. Classic. Classic Awooga. There are a lot of horns. Weird. A lot of these.
I'm on power, baby.
Okay, there we go.
Lightning, lightning, lightning. Pop, 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 it up. Me. I'm on power, baby.
I'm thinking about that one. I do like that phrase from Humphreys. Any other ones that we haven't had a look at? Oh, classic. Police siren. That was our old one. Okay, I wouldn't even know if that was a Killer Instinct theme or not. I got the standard horns, which are all unlocked except for this one. Okay, let's find a server.
I'm on power, baby.
A badge. Wow, there's a lot more badges than I remember there being. Oh, and these are all related to the test track. Okay. A lot of stuff for the test track. Luckily, I think I'm pretty happy with the badge I've got as it is. Festival playlist. Trial. Find me a team.
I'm on power, baby. I'm on power, baby. I'm on power, baby. I'm on power.
Okay, gotta be careful that it takes about 2 seconds for it to have finished the line, otherwise it'll loop and it'll just get awkward.
I'm on power, baby.
And we don't want it to get awkward. Because obviously it's really cool. And it's only if it loops that it gets cringy. But if we avoid it looping, it will never get old. The joke will be able to run forever be perfect. I feel like this is taking a long time to find an event, a team, if you will. This is looking a lot more bronze than I thought it would. That is a shame. That's alright, it still looks fine. I mean, the vinyls and the decals really kind of bring it up another level. Or several, actually, really. Frankly, the car is approaching perfection. It might not be 100% perfect, but it's hard to imagine it being any better than what it is currently. If we're honest with ourselves. And I mean really honest. Yeah, I'll pick the S2000 for the S2000 event to win a Chevrolet Camaro. Because of course, that makes perfect sense. Why wouldn't I race in Honda S2000 to win a Chevy Camaro? What do you mean you wouldn't do that? We've got a VTEC inside, we've got an Intel Core i5, we've got it all, baby! How did they get a wide body? I'm jealous of their wide body kit. But they're all the same, there's no date on it, so it's not like there's a newer or an older version that they're running. I wonder what they did. 'Cause I couldn't see a body kit. It was just transmission, like a drivetrain, I should say. Oh, cool! It's gonna be one of these servers. It was just drivetrain, engine, and whether that's turbocharged or not. Those were the choices we faced. Didn't see anything to do with the body kit. Okay, that's probably not gonna help. Get out, public. Get out of it. Such aggression from Pablo. Rough race so far. William's right on my ass. She checked the mini-map just down there. They're right behind me. We've got a lot of positions to make up. And I don't just mean me, I mean like the team. We have a lot of work to do. Okay, let's try and chase down Katya. Muchu is doing the Lord's work. At least I think it was Muchu. Maybe it's Lesalian? The unpronounceable European-looking name. Damn, they're far ahead. Look at them. Probably a whole 10% further in the race than I am. Oh, well, that's probably not going to help the performance of the car. Okay, so it was Muchu. And they left, unfortunately. Okay, well, let's stick around. We might be able to drag it out to 3 races and win it then. Or we'll just have to do it again. Not impossible. Thank you, Sergeant. So I wonder if the reason you can't see it is because the sergeant is doing an announcement and that's not turning up on your phone, perhaps. I don't know why that would be. It's like an official Twitch thing. Maybe that's partly why you can't see it. Yeah, it's just the 2 of us. Here we go. Just me and the other guy. Lays GG. And we're in the lead. We're gaining on Tegan? Or at least he is. Oh, they are. Hopefully we will too. Will we? I don't know. Spoiler really does seem to be hampering the old, wow, that was a jump. The old top speed, huh? That's alright, it helps us carry the speed through the corners a bit more. Even in the wet. Quite find a good gear for that hill. 5th gear was slowing down and 4th gear was, well, it was too fast. 4th. As long as we keep it above 7,000 RPM, we're doing sweet. There goes the brake lights, gonna have to get those replaced. There was a Flash game I played back in the day called, did I say Drag Racer? And I remember, I don't know if this was one of the starter cars or one
I'm on power, baby.
that you could get very soon after starting. And I have fond memories of playing that game with this car. The fact that they are not on the podium indicates to me that they may have crashed or quit. So it might just be us versus the world. No, they're still here. Good. The glitch. Kind of strange there aren't more circuits in this race, in this championship, this tournament. I think my car in particular would probably have been a little bit more suited to circuit racing. Again, that car up ahead has a body kit of some sort on it too. How does that happen? I'm gonna do some research in the garage after this chat to figure that out. Something is screwy. Maybe we're in like the performance version of the S2000, the CR? Now the regular version? But it was listed as the same vehicle. Oop, oh, there goes that. I doubt you could hack in like a visual mod. At least not one that would appear on my computer as well. Oh, that's going to affect the overall ranking. You gotta hold on. As long as we both hold on. In our current positions all do better, we'll have won the championship. Battling Katya for 5th place. We're doing what bollock. They've been beaten by William. There's not really much I can do, I don't think. Gonna have to go again. It's a real shame. Hey Shadow, how you doing? Welcome on in. I think we're gonna have to do this championship again though. Yeah, they must have missed another flag or something. I don't know what Pablo is doing. Okay, so before we jump back in though, we are going to investigate how our S2000 didn't have any visual customization. But theirs did. What's up with that? Doing pretty well because I I had a deadline, like a project that I had to get done by today, and I'm pretty sure I got it done, or at the very least. I don't find out if I didn't get it done until Monday, so nice to be able to just relax for a little bit and not have that hang over my head for at least 2 days. Let's jump in here. Is there another S2000? Am I missing something? Yeah, there's like no body kit. Maybe there's another S2000 that I just didn't see? There is another S2000 I didn't see. Huh. So this is the cooler one. Body kit. The rare double upgrade, chat. Let's get a wide body kit on this bad boy. See if we can we then change the... No, we can't change the face. Is that fine though? It's alright. It is a little bit of face that only a mother could love, but you know, that's alright. Can't all be beautiful. Ah, okay, well that's something to look forward to. I guess there's one word to possibly describe it. You say you're feeling burnt out about these hours. How much longer do you have of this part night shift, part day shift situation you're running currently? Do you at least have like a reprieve coming up? Yeah, they'll do. We did have 18, so let's go 17. So we've still got a bit of rubber. Get some nice carbon ceramics, get some race suspension, anti-roll bars. And I think we've heard enough of the stock engine. Yeah, I bought all of them, huh? Let's go a straight 6. Tenth of July? That's not far at all. We need a gearbox. Yeah, I know what you mean. I should probably book a break at some point in the very near future. I just feel I'm very bad at taking time off. I miss school, where they tell you, Zhao, your work here is done. It was simpler back then. Okay, we're lighter. I think we're slightly grippier, but we're less powerful. But I think, on balance, we're probably going to be a little bit better. At the very least, we should have more grip at the back. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely it was. Particularly, it didn't happen too often. It never happened when I was in high school, but in junior school, if it was ever like a half day as well for the final day, oh, bliss. Absolute bliss. Turn that down a little bit more. Can probably turn that up a touch. Yeah, let's turn that down a bit. Turn that down. And that down to there. Turn that up to there. Put that to 6. Let's slam that down, slam that down. Much higher than we were before. Let's apply that. See if we need to do anything with the anti-roll. Oh, classic. Because I was slightly later at school. It was often the case where, because from year 5 on, laptops, at least at my school, were part of the course. So it was basically, we were told that it was kind of free time. So you could just, you know, break out whatever game or whatever you had on your computer and just kind of vibe. Okay, we might need to adjust the anti-roll to reduce this, so we reduce the rear a touch. Take it down to 2 points. I mean, the straight 6 sounds lovely. Well, you could do that, I guess. The trouble is, you're not the only one in the room. So I guess it depends how confident you feel. For the most part, it was a lot of... Oh yeah, of course. For the most part, it was a lot of, like, Flash games and stuff. Or, there was a maths website that we had. Our school, I should say, had a subscription to. Called Mathletics. I think it's still around. And, what we do is there's different levels of maths that you could enter. And what we'd often do if we wanted to kind of have fun but kind of stay quasi on topic, or just kind of couldn't get around the net nanny kind of stuff that the school had, we'd jump on the 1 to 10 like addition stuff, so really basic addition, and just try and do like a sprint race against other people. It wasn't uncommon if there'd be like...
Arrived at your destination.
It'd be you, your mates, and then like one actual kid from grade 3 or whatever. And he'd just get absolutely curb stomped by these like teens who were just doing it for fun. We are spinning out quite a bit. It doesn't say anything about increasing the anti-roll or decreasing at the front. It's all about the rear, which is annoying. Softer front, easier to turn in. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Turn the diff down on deceleration as well. Hopefully that means that we can turn better when we just kind of coast. I do miss Flash games, just thinking back to that now. There was something just so lovely about them. Because a lot of them, like almost all of them, actually, were just kind of made basically out of the kindness of someone's heart. Or like permission for a website like Miniclip or something. But there wasn't any monetization or anything like that. Yeah, this is for the trial. Yeah, that'll do. We took that corner pretty well. And frankly, we're just gonna have to make do. We're spending far too much time on this, really. I think we're doing fine. I think we look cooler than we did last time. I think that much is certain. I do miss the D colon, capital D colon on the side, I'll admit that. That's a good point. I know it would be chaotic, just thinking about it now, but it would be really interesting if they did. Maybe if someone in like a vent lab or whatever did a volcano up-down. So you go up the volcano, maybe do a loop around, like a ring around the top, and then go back down the way you came. I could see it could be difficult, and I don't know if you can do that, like go the same direction you came up, basically. But I think that would be pretty cool. Oh yeah, because you can do that too. You could have you can add modifiers in, can't you? Where you could like cut the engine power in half, or like to nothing. Yeah, because that would be really interesting, because it would be... You have to be really careful about your braking. Because every kilometer per hour or mile per hour that you take off of your speed is not coming back. You've lost that potential energy. Yeah, right? You'd have to be really practiced to get down those and maintain any sort of speed. Ideally, you'd make it like a rally course or something, so you could do it with the split timer. So you could kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Get it like an average or something. Yeah, that could be really cool too. (2003). Ah, okay. That's annoying because it didn't say that there were different ones. So I didn't realize there was. I just saw that this one was the first one I had in my garage. The 09 one. Incidentally, we painted them both the same color, pretty much. And also annoyingly, they didn't, what's the word? They didn't indicate a year next to the other cars either, so I had no idea that that was possible. So all the 003 one. 5 of us are wide body, and the other guy's just got some sweet body kit. That frankly looks better than ours, if I'm honest. Like, in my opinion, it should have Honda S2000 03. Because if you're just like me, and you, for whatever reason, think there's only one, and you're wondering, where did they get their body kits from? It's not 100% obvious. You kind of have to jump back in the old garage to figure it out. Damn, son, get him. Hey, this is definitely a lot more hard fought than it was before. We're a lot further up the pack as well. Power of the 285 rear width tires and the straight 6 with race cams. Well, the eligible car thing didn't work for whatever reason. It showed me nothing when I clicked on it, which is obviously incorrect. I had at least... Well, it's obviously incorrect because there's at least one car that's eligible, the Honda S2000. It could have just showed me that. Now, I don't know if that was just a glitch on my end, or if it's like a by design thing or what, but it was weird. I was doing pretty well. We're in the lead in points. We're personally in 4th. Aha. That's good to hear. Come back here, Katya. I wish to overtake you and come 3rd. Yeah, because it was only 2 last week, I think, wasn't it? Katya is really just pulling away, huh? Absolute hacker. I almost never do the PR stuff. I was hoping I might catch up to him when he was glitching out like that. But alas. Well, the important part is we came first as a team. We got $5,000 for it. Yeah, if only, right? Not a bad day's work for 3 minutes, $5,000. I could do with that kind of dollar per hour kind of equation. It could make things a little bit simpler. Is that like the ultimate update car? Yeah, it would be, because the other one's 80 points, isn't it? fine addition to my collection, says Shadow. You really doing this, guy? Apparently so. Just go ahead, it's safer for all of us. Ah! Bollocks. Thanks, buddy. Once more, we're not playing for sheep stations, guys. It's not that important. We just need to win as a team. Yeah, absolutely. Last week when we had that really good server, definitely an aberration. Not at all commonplace. Unfortunately. I do feel I should have the at least for the trials, they should have the ghosting stuff. Where, you know, if a high-speed collision is predicted, then it goes one or both vehicles. If you're playing with friends, I can see that you might want to have collisions on because it's a bit of a laugh. But if it's just randoms on the internet, I prefer if collisions were off. They can't abuse it. Ugh. Ooh, that was bloody close. At least this straight 6 sounds fantastic. And we didn't come last. That's the important part. A luchador outfit, huh? Well, we got it done. That's the important part. We got the Camaro that we almost certainly already have. Apologies for the ads, chat. Okay, I need to put all of the sergeant's announcements as chat messages so everyone can see it. Good to know. Add that to your old to-do list. Let's start on the one that is apparently not at all fun. Rods and Customers. The rally version. And they're all Hot Wheels. Okay. Didn't expect that. What cars do I have that fall into that category? Do I only have Hot Wheels? Those are the only ones that were shown to me. Oh no, I've got a couple. Alright. You go for the classic Hot Rod. The Hoonigan. The Fury. Plymouth Fury. I feel like being in a boat would be fun. Let's go the utility sedan. We've never driven it before. We've got a hell of a lot of room to improve. Go down here. This is an absolutely enormous steering wheel. Yeah, it's a 3-speed automatic. Huge. The technology in this car. Actually, given it's 1955, that's not an entirely incorrect statement.
In 400 meters, turn right.
3-speed automatic for 1955 is probably as futuristic as it gets. That...
Turn right.
Oh, okay, I thought that was cruise control, no, it's just temperature. Yeah, because it looks like it's got a bench seat across the front too.
400 meters, turn
Which means it's a column shifter.
Turn right.
Which I've always found weird.
400 meters, you will arrive at your
The idea of a
destination.
column shifter. Okay.
You have
Gee,
arrived
the
at your
suspension's soft
destination.
as hell. Let's see what we can do. Let's get the tires on first. Was it a rally or an off-road race? Shadow, you are our correspondent on the ground. Oh yeah, rally, okay. Well, let's get some rally tires then. Make them nice and big in the rear. We could... Let's just stick with, we want to stick with rear-wheel drive. Does that sound a bit too much like a death sentence? That's a little bit. Get rid of that. Let's leave that for now. Get rid of that at the back. And let's not do any of that. We never particularly liked the supercharger at the top look. So we could get a 6.2 litre V8, 6.7 litre V8 diesel, 8.9 litre V8 PSC, or the Dodge V10. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a failing on my part more than anything. I mean, it's not at all a objective statement that they're cringe or not at all a worthwhile undertaking. Let's try and get a few more gears on the old shifter, huh? Let's go the diesel just for the meme. I mean, also the fact that it's got 1400 newton meters of torque is pretty neat. Do we want to go all-wheel drive, perhaps? It would make the most sense for off-road. Which means we might as well make the front tires big boys too. The business. Unleash the top speed a little bit there. Yeah, right. Particularly if you're like me back in the day where you only drive in first person view, that's just death sentence. The top speed really doesn't change, does it? Maybe this isn't a good idea. Maybe the meme isn't a good idea for this one, says Zhao. Let's just go to the 6.2 V8. Simple. Simples. Yeah. I figured you could maybe get a little bit more, like, horsepower out of it, but apparently not. Let's leave this low revving. And just try and get, well, lower revving. Just try and get more power out of it. Ideally without a supercharger, but it looks like we might want to get one. Yeah, because we're fresh out of things to do. Alright. We could turbocharge it, but that's not really in keeping, I don't think. When we could get a centrifugal supercharger. Yep. Back over here, back in here. Already decided not to do that. Can't do that. Done that. And that. And that. Haven't done that though. Also, this is an AI race, so it doesn't particularly matter if we're leaving a few PI points on the table. I mean, we're significantly better in every category than we were. You get the... You get the really big boy one. Yeah, that one. The 1100 kilowatt one, yeah, you get it. You just... Or the V8 twin turbo as well, if you want to just send it. Let's have a look at the paints that this bad boy got out of the factory. Look at it, look at all the paint colors they got back in the day. Now we just get white, black, and grey. If you're lucky, you might get a... Actually, I'll go back in and I'll paint the rims a matte white. If you're lucky, you might get a red or something as a standard color. But I feel like colors have really just let the side down. Don't get that many colors these days. Controversial statement, I know. I was walking somewhere, I was walking to my car, I think. And I saw a Mazda 3 in its kind of burgundy color. Maybe it was just a light or whatever, but it looked really nice in that color. Just the standard kind of Mazda red. Burgundy red kind of color. It looked really good, in my opinion. Okay, so it's got a little bit more get up and go than it used to. I don't think we put a diff on this. I've got to get a diff. Yeah, doesn't it just? It catches the light so nicely. It is verging on teal, but I think I would probably say it's a bit more green than not. Oh, while we're here, we could do this too. Yeah, that's about as good as we can get. Let's go race diff. That'll do. Do we want to put a spoiler on? No. That's not going to help us in any way. Wheels are already as good as they're going to get, but they could be cooler looking. Okay, so we're not as good as we were because we had to take a hit on performance so we look more baller. But I think we can all appreciate that that is probably the right thing to do. Yeah, leave that there. Do that. Leave all that like that for now. Let's take it on the road. Do a couple of corners, do a couple of straights, see how it feels. Ooh, excuse me, certainly got get up and go though. I would like to think that we are driving this car in automatic, just because we don't have a gear shifter in the car, and I can't imagine we're shifting it off of the column. So we just had to stick it in D, put our foot down, and hope for the best. Okay, so it does not turn in super well. It might be to do with this. Let's swap positions there. Alright, hold on. We want to do the opposite. We want to increase the oversteer. I think we've got a bit of understeer currently. I think we also want to make the rear springs a little bit stiffer. So we're not wasting as much energy by just compressing them. Yeah, I mean, these guys are built out of literal steel. There we go. I think we're doing a little bit better. He says as he understeers into a guardrail. Take that up another circle's worth. Baja Circuit, Baja Trail, Mulegi Town Scramble. Alright. Unfortunately, that does not inform me too much because I do not recognize what they are. I think I do. But the only way to know if I did or not understand what you said is to jump into the race. Find out. Oh, that's a rock. This is faster than the car was ever meant to go. The engineer who designed this car could not conceive of this speed being applied to such a vehicle.
200 meters. You will arrive at your destination. You have arrived at your destination.
Like, I think I would have... It's the kind of thing where as soon as I see it, I will know precisely what you were talking about. Just that, unfortunately, I have to wait to see it to tell you. Ah, yes. That one. I recognize that one. That's ominous. But thank you, nonetheless, for the good luck. Your well wishes are appreciated. So you said you were planning a trip. Where did you have in mind? Going over to the BF for the birthday, or just around the British Isles or something? Oh, you're going to Utah. This is the Utah trip. That Hot Wheels car behind me is definitely one of my favorite ones. If it didn't have the dice kind of looking supercharger thing on top, it would be perfect. I just like the slammed kind of 60s look it's got. It's very cool. It sounds like a great idea though, Shadow. You need to subtly drop hints to make sure he's got some time off while you're over there. Yeah, the skinny tires are a bit of a bummer for this kind of situation. I just like the look of the car. It just looks sick. I'm getting a real kind of original NASCAR feel from this as well, actually, now that I think about it. The whole kind of moonshine, rum runner kind of thing. Yeah, small blessings. Get out of it, Mauser. I appreciate that we have a similar taste of base car paint. There can only be one teal/green car in the lead, and that is ideally going to be me. I don't know. AI black magic. I just realized what they should add into the photo mode. They need to add two things. The ability to co-op photo mode. So you can take a photo with your friends or your homies, with the boys, as it were. And also the ability to recreate the kind of Wojak pointing thing. So you can have two on each side of the camera frame, two of your avatars, one on each side of the camera frame, pointing at your car in the kind of middle distance. Needs to happen. Get on it, Playground Games. I'm frankly impressed that I've been able to handle this car as well as I have. Given the heft that she possesses. Sick jump across the line. Looking sick as hell. There was one bone shaker. Driven by you, Shadow. You have become the thing you swore to destroy. A bone shaker driver. How could you? How could you do this to us, Shadow? I'm not angry, Shadow, I'm just disappointed. Oh, I can just do that to take the photo, can't I? A screenshot taken. I have evidence now. Yeah, how could you, digital clone of me? We have a reputation to maintain. I'm going to send a strongly worded email to Bill Gates complaining that he has perverted my digital doppelganger. I've noticed that I often check my junk mail. Let's establish the story. I often check my junk mail chat on my email, just in case, you know? Sometimes the old filter is a little bit overzealous. Intercepts things that maybe I don't want it to. So I, you know, stick my head in just in case. Just in case there's something in there that I actually want to have a look at. So what that means is I also have a look at a lot of the things that junk mail has rightfully intercepted. And I have, at least in the past, you know, couple of months, maybe it's a sign of the economic times, I have been getting a lot of, not exactly, but a lot of Nigerian princes giving me money as the kind of easiest analog. I've gotten a woman who supposedly runs or works with Saudi Aramco, which is a big red flag. I really doubt there's many women in the upper echelons of Saudi Aramco. Many people from the United Nations looking to give me money. Someone else. Who was the other one? I've never been game enough to respond. I mean, obviously I know it's fake. I really doubt that Saudi Aramco is looking to offload something like $300 million or whatever it was they were saying in the email. Or that I've been tasked by this estate's lawyer to help distribute $300 billion to charity or whatever. I think I wouldn't be surprised if part of the reason there's an uptick in them because of the economic climate. Like as things get more desperate, I guess, more dire in the world, it's more likely that someone's going to be like, Exxon Valdez is trying to get rid of $1,000 million and they want me to help. Well, don't mind if I do. That'll help pay off my mortgage and then some. So they're more desperate, so it's a more fertile ground for this kind of thing. But yeah, you would think that everyone knows not to click on these things, right? And it's not like it's a free V-Bucks scam or whatever, something aimed at people who are newer to computers or whatever. It's the same old thing. It's I am rich person. I have money. I need to get rid of money. You want to help get rid of money by taking some of this money? Oh, there has to be, otherwise they would stop, right? There has to be someone who, yeah, takes them up on the offer. I heard that part of the, Microsoft apparently did some research on this stuff. And in the classic Nigerian prince thing, apparently it's quite common for them to be not particularly well written in terms of like grammar and spelling and stuff like that. And that's partly intentional, apparently. Either unintentionally or otherwise. The reason they are... Oh, look. Now... Oh, look at this. Now you're in a twin mill shadow. Ugh. If it's not one thing, it's another with you. Jeez. Didn't realize you liked Hot Wheels cars that much, mate. No, the twin mill isn't as bad. And frankly, it's kind of cool just from like a technical standpoint. Like, that's actually a pretty cool car in concept. So the grammatical errors and the spelling errors and the kind of, I guess the just incredulity of it actually helps the scam. Sorry about that, Volvo. Because it will filter out people like you and me who are just so aware this is obviously a scam. So by filtering those people out straight away, all that's left are the people who are more gullible and open to this kind of scam. So it is actually a very clever device to do that with. But there have been a lot of scams around for a while now. At the self-checkouts at the supermarkets here, almost all of them have some sort of warning sticker on them saying that the ATO, the Australian Tax Office, or the federal government in general, does not accept or request payments with gift cards, like iTunes gift cards. Because I don't know if it's still around, but there was a spate of spam calls saying you've got outstanding debts or whatever, or a fine, you need to pay it in gift cards, in iTunes gift cards.
In 400 meters, turn right.
Energy costs have been going up over here as they have everywhere else. And whilst it's not spam necessarily, in the same vein as this, I swear every other call I have gotten, specifically from the state of Victoria, is someone asking me if I want to install solar panels or a new hot water system. And it's like, no, I don't. Partly because I live in an apartment block. And I don't think they'd appreciate me just setting up my own stuff out on my balcony. Aside from the fact I'm overshadowed by other buildings, I'm on the ground floor, I don't think I'm going to get that much solar access. But yeah, there was a big thing. I think it was maybe before the pandemic? I can't remember. Where they would do that. They would request payment for things via specifically iTunes gift cards. That was the most common. For whatever reason. I guess it's because they're the most ubiquitous. Like every supermarket around here at least will have an iTunes gift card, so. Shadow, I see you up ahead and you're not in a Hot Wheels car. Gee, you've got soft suspension there. Yeah, right? You were like, oh, is that a penny? Let me just bend over to pick it up. Is that the Barbie car? Hell yeah, bro, send it. Love it. Get it. If I had known, if I had remembered that I got the Barbie car in my mailbox and had known I could use it in this, I absolutely would have. Particularly on the circuit races, that electric kind of fork, get up and go, would have been super useful. And the convertible nature, so you can get all the dust in your hair and stuff. Oh, lovely. Just brilliant. No, you can't argue with results. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, I quite like the actual shape of the car. I can do without all the branding and stuff on the side. And I've always found it weird that they decided to add each team as the same car, even though they are exactly the same car. Each team is their own car, sorry, even though they are exactly the same car. But it's actually a pretty sci-fi looking vehicle. It's the kind of thing I could definitely see as like a moon buggy or a Mars rover or something. Send out to the farm upstate to retire. The dream. Outside of possibly planning your trip, do you have work on the weekend? Shadow, what are your plans for the weekend? Got anything exciting coming up? First. Oh, the week is catching up. I quite like the donut horns, actually. I think they are kind of almost perfectly suited to the tone of Horizon. Crack toys? Muscle versus tuna. Let's start with track toys. Process of sending it off to the experts continues, huh? What, S1. I want to try the donk of it again. I can't remember what power level we've got the donk of it at. Is that the electrolysis process? Where they dip it into a liquid or running an electric current through it? Yeah, that is cool. That is literal sci-fi stuff.
meters. Turn left.
Because they do that with
Turn left.
gold plating as well, I think, or something similar. It's quite amazing, that kind of stuff, because it almost seems like
Turn left.
weird kind of, what's the word?
Turn left.
Steampunk? Like magic fantasy story stuff. I'm going to put this metal in, or this, this metal piece in a bath. And I'm going to get some electricity, and I'm going to run it through that. And then then it's going to attach this other metal onto that metal piece. It's like, okay. I feel like that it shouldn't work, but it is.
400 meters. Turn left.
Yeah, you're right, it's alchemy. It's kind of alchemy stuff. It's the stuff that you'd show to an alchemist back in the day, and they'd be like, surely they figured out how to turn lead into gold as well.
You have arrived at your destination.
And this one mineral into another. Could also go for the BAC mono. Caterham. That could be a nice shout as well. ATM, less excited about that. And then obviously any number of Porsche GT3 RSs. That's a lot of Porsche GT3 RSs. Are you having everything re-chromed, or are there some pieces that are up to a certain standard where you don't feel it's worthwhile? Or necessary, perhaps is a better term to use there. Nice car. Good on your caser, breaking out the classic. Okay, we've got a literal NASCAR. Gee, that was close to not getting that flag. This car is lovely to drive though. At least in this circuit. Another question, Shadow, is this stuff you all know you knew how to do already? Like all the stuff you're having to do for this rebuild, or is there a lot of like YouTube tutorial watching and forum reading and stuff like that? Like, are you learning on the job, as it were? Or is this merely the application of stuff you already know? Because I'd be having to watch YouTube tutorials from like day one. How do I get a car from the States? Aha. I mean, you clearly know your way around cars. I was just wondering if, how much of the bodywork stuff, like the re-chroming and that kind of stuff, not to put any kind of doubt on your talent, mean, on a slightly related note, what are you planning on doing with the interior? Because I imagine that might be a point where a lot of people's skills come undone when it comes to, like, the leather or the cloth seats and stuff like that. Not to mention any kind of radio electricals and stuff like that. Were the car shows you watched Pimp My Ride, by the way? Like, are you going to put a lot of 7-inch LCDs in places that they shouldn't be? Maybe have a PlayStation 2 with Underground 2 and a TV screen in the boot or something? Put some spinners on it. Hydraulics. Yeah, okay. We'll send that as a gift. I can see that could make someone's day. Gee, lovely sunset. I don't recognize any of those titles.
Turn around when it is
Admittedly, I only encountered Pimp My Ride after the fact. I was watching that, for whatever reason, it was on TV when I was at university. That would have been like
turn right.
2011 and later than that, I think was when it was on.
You will arrive at your destination.
I think I first watched it in like 2012, which is probably a decade after it was on.
You have arrived at your destination.
I'd heard about it, obviously, but I'd never actually seen it until then. I will just reach through the Twitch tubes and give you a kind of... Pull yourself together, Shadow. What are you doing? There's no reason to put a LCD screen in the wheel well of this car or whatever. Why are you putting an LCD screen in the engine compartment? Oh, nice wheelie, McRod. Well done, you. Oop. Ah, come on, buddy. Can't even get a break from the damn AI. Just thinking about it, it would be nice if you could set like a certain preference thing for your drivatar in terms of car choice. I'm not too fussed about, you know, how aggressive or competent my drivatar is. But if you could like assign a preferred car shape, like if you prefer coupes, sedans, or wagons, prefer car brand. So, like, I know Kesa, for example, who was behind us previously, is in a Lamborghini of some description. But I also know that he is quite partial to Aston Martins. So it would make more sense for him to be in the Aston Martin Vantage that is available for this specific event. And likewise, if Shadow could decide, actually I don't want to be anywhere near a Hot Wheels car. Okay, we can do that a lot better than that. Much better. Yeah, I think I think you... Like, I can understand that there are going to be certain events where it's just not possible. You know, you prefer coupes, but it's only sedans or whatever. But I think some level of direction for your Drivatar's car choices could be nice. Just so it more accurately, I guess, reflects your driving personality, which I think is what it's meant to. Maybe not as in as many words.
In 400 meters, turn right.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's partly a
Turn right.
like that would probably be a client-side thing, like the fact that it would take extra time and/or bandwidth on my end to download the liveries, perhaps. Maybe that's why that's the situation we face. Like maybe if there was an option that you could take to download
You have arrived at your
the
destination.
Drivatar's liveries, so that your vehicles would have your liveries on them. But it would mean that perhaps I take longer at this screen because it's downloading them. Oh dear, excuse me, chat. Gee whiz. The week's really catching up with me. It was a long week, chat. I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy it's over. Well, the work week at least. I also particularly like this track toy because it's actually got a windshield. It's not a 100% guarantee with these kind of things. Yeah, I don't know what it is. But they're not my liveries either. So I don't know how the game decides what to download, what to use. Does it just like download the, you know, the top 5 or whatever, one of the top 5 most popular liveries and just slap that on the car? Also, it's a little weird. Like, let's take your Drivatar, for example, Shadow. That you were in 3 different cars in that Rods and Customs Championship. You were in a different car each race. And it's not like I changed my car. I could understand if I changed or upgraded my car, then that would cause the, you know, Drivatars to recalibrate and therefore you might get assigned a different car. Maybe it's just a glitch on my end. I don't know. A bit peculiar though, you must admit. Because, actually no, because Kaser was in 2 different cars in this championship so far. He was in the Lamborghini in the second race, but in the first race, it was in the Morris Minor Forza Edition thing. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with that. That was a lot faster than I thought it was. I thought it was only on lap 2. I mean, it looks well enough. I'm not going to complain too much about the AI.
Feels so good.
Okay, so we got the Cyclone. But we definitely want to have a look at the event labs. And we might as well have a look at the muscle versus tuner as well. What can we break out? We can break out the S2000 again. But let's be honest, we don't want to. What about a Fair Lady Z? Twin Turbo version S. What about that? Okay. Oh, cool. The event lab last week was that Japanese canyon race. That was quite good too. What am I looking for again? 300ZX. Thank you. Older than this. I think that's the perfect PI score as well. I guess I would like it delivered to me. I don't want to just, I don't know, have it delivered somewhere else. Let's see how it handles, because this is pre-Dow discovering the joys of the car tuning menu. Throws a lot of turbo whoosh, doesn't it? Okay, let's turn down the tires quite a bit. Make them a little bit softer. Gearing seems tolerable. Let's bring that back to here. Bring that back to there. Do that to there. I think they're definitely cool cars, but oh, we don't have a diff. We should probably have a look at that actually. But I think maybe it's just because I'm a millennial, and again, like last week, because of Need for Speed Underground, I think I'd probably be more inclined to go for the 350 or like a 370.
400 meters. Turn left.
Oh, we got a body kit on this bad boy. Yeah. Does seem to be quite good. Hi, it's me.
Destination.
Just driving through everyone's backyards to get to mine. Let's get a diff on this bad boy. Go for a race diff. I doubt we can do anything with the rims, just given the weight. Oh, we might be able to. To be very careful that we don't get anything too light. Do that one. It would be lovely. At the very least, I would like to be able to turn off I don't mind that a drift zone activates,
I'm on power, baby.
but I would like to be able to turn off it taking control of the GPS.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
So I don't mind if I have to drive through a drift zone or whatever, and then I'm drifting or whatever, getting scores or not, but I would like to see where my ultimate destination is.
400 meters. Turn left.
So much turbo noise on this one. Apologies for the ads, chat. Sorry about that. Hopefully we'll get them out of the way before we start the race. Actually, once I get to the race, I might take this opportunity to get some water. Some more hydration in my system.
You have arrived at your destination.
Oh, that's a long way away, huh? Okay, I'm gonna go get some water. I will return in a moment. We'll just let the game load in the background. I have returned, chat. Any plans for cruises on here? I do want to do something like that at some point. Thank you for having me back, Shadow. Doing something like that would be fun, I think. It's something that I'd have to try out and just kind of see how it works, see how I feel about it. Okay, so we we do like a little bit of get up and go. Not quite like the Donkavert from before. We were just surging forward. Then again, first place looks like a 300 ZX as well. Also, ZX sounds so much nicer than ZX. It just does not roll off the tongue in any way. Oh, let's try that again with the actual attempt at making the corner. I did exactly the same thing, chap. I think I'd be interested in doing it, but I'd also be conscious of the fact that I don't know how that would play out on stream or not. Like, I don't know if that's a more of a separate thing, like something to do outside of the stream. I don't know. Almost like, you know how some streamers will do VR hangouts or whatever? Almost like an equivalent of that. I am not sure. Something I need to think about more. Also, something that would probably force me to finally get that Discord organized that I've had waiting in the wings for a while now. I've got it mostly set up, I just need to finalize the last bits and pieces here and there. You know, make sure the rules are set up right so not everyone can pick out everyone else or whatever. We're not facing the right direction, but it is very civilized that it's just right
Turn
behind
around
us.
when it is safe to do so.
And it was that kind of race too, there wasn't many corners at all. Which I think is why I had a little bit of trouble catching up.
You have arrived at your destination.
I think this car is definitely... maybe not definitely. That's definitely made for the corners. How has that got a similar top speed and handling as I do? I do have better acceleration. Significantly better launch. Okay. Mine's a little bit better all-round car. Certainly a better looking car. That kind of matte green. Ooh. Maybe sport tires. I think. Definitely not anything above that. But you might be right, there might be street tires, I'm not 100% sure. Hey, that 300ZX has got a similar paint cut job to mine. pretty sure I got a tire change. I'm not 100% certain, to be honest. And that car basically looks the spitting image of mine, to be honest. Hold on a second, chat. Wrong button. It doesn't have the mods, but it's got a very similar paint color to mine. I don't think that's accidental. They must have seen my paint color in the last race and they stole it. I knew that corner was coming up. We overshot that one last time, I think. I think I sacrificed more power for a bit more handling and braking. Which might be why it's not quite as zoom as I would like it to be. Oh, probably. I mean, the 300 at least has heard of aluminium, whereas I doubt the Camaro had at all. Ooh, almost made it without hitting the guardrail. Chonky steel. Built American tough. Not to mention this fact that this car's probably got suspension significantly more advanced than the Camaro does. Like, I imagine the Camaro has a live axle, for example. Okay. I'm surprised it's... maybe not. 3,700 pounds isn't that heavy for a car. A little bit of a trek to the next race, but that's alright.
In 100 meters.
And we'll be right next door.
In 200 meters. Turn left. Turn left. In 200 meters. Turn right. Turn right.
Yeah, right. The weight of an actual, like, ocean liner.
At the roundabout, take the third exit.
I'm gonna take the first exit.
In 400 meters, turn right.
No, I just realized we're on the correct side of the car as well.
Turn right.
This is back in the generation of car where, like, everything was around the driver. Like, the air conditioning is just right there. You just reach over and touch it. Can't really do that anymore, just because of all the touch screens. That's the word I was looking for. All the touchscreen.
You have arrived at your destination.
Definitely fits for this style of car, I feel like. A driver-focused car with a driver-focused cockpit just makes sense. I feel like Honda, probably the last bastion of that style. I feel like they had it until like the mid-2000s, where a lot of the controls are over at the driver's side rather than anywhere else. Nissan, pick up the pace. Come on, son. Let Dad through. Or Granddad, even, for that matter. That could have been a 370. Gaining. Definitely not as fast as these two, unfortunately. In the straight, but we are a lot faster in the corners. It does make me think we did do something to the tires. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was the last minute or so has been some pretty good driving on the part of this swap. Oh, Shadow, the Steam Summer Sale has started. Have you noticed? Are you eyeing anything off in particular? I must confess, I am eyeing off Car Mechanic Simulator because it's now on sale on Steam with all the DLC. Damn it. Come on, Chow. What are you doing, mate? Okay, we're doing pretty well. Pretty well indeed. Sick. Right into the tree. Died shortly afterwards. Well, it seems like a pretty comprehensive sale from what I've seen so far. It does look like it's going to affect my wallet somewhat. For example, the Car for Sale simulator is on sale, which is a car I want to have a look at. Kind of been making the rounds around the internet, around YouTube of late. Yes, quite. Me too. Gift card. I'll take a Barbie movie gift card, I think. Take a Barbie movie Hummer as well. Take some VIP spins. Very profitable. Let's send that as a gift. That could be cool for someone. I spent a bit of time before stream today to doing my best, because as the stream title suggests, it's the end of the financial year for Australia. So I spent a lot of time, well, not a lot, an hour or so time this afternoon doing some donations to charities and what have you. Partly because I want to, and partly to reduce the old tax bill a little bit. I think it feels faster here.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
Maybe it's because I'm not comparing it to other things that are trying to go fast as well. I mean, I don't got that much money, Chevy. I'm not going to reduce it that much. But, you know, I figure people like Medisan's Frontier can probably use it better than I can. And if it's tax deductible, all the better for it. Welcome in, Chevy, by the way. How is your Friday looking so far?
You have arrived at your destination.
Yep. Make sure it's the right one. What do we want to use? Let's use a rally fighter. That's good. I'm glad it's alright. If it's alright, not too bad then. Oh gee, it's foggy as hell. Well, I guess that's why it's called Rally Rampage Fog, isn't it? That would make sense. Got any big plans for the weekend? Let's get the full experience. This is soft suspension. This would be significantly better if it was a rally stage. So it had the co-driver giving you some heads up as to what to expect. Apologies for the silence, chat. This is taking a little bit more concentration than is ideal for Twitch. I mean, there's no particular reason we need to be zooming. But, you know, if you can, you might as well be zooming, right? Paradoxically, it's where all the light is that it's the worst for the fog. Because the light doesn't actually light up the track, it lights up the fog. And therefore obscures the track. Oh. Yeah, if it's ever like a particularly wet and cold night on Sunday, it's not uncommon for me to leave church at around 7 p.m. and just walk out into a cloud. Because I want to reach up there. So it's just literally in the clouds. And it is not too dissimilar to this, actually, now that I think about it. Really quite picturesque. If it wasn't a Sunday night and I didn't have to worry about work, I'd break out the old camera and start taking some snaps. Luckily... Oh, my eyes are getting heavy too. Luckily, not so much for me. Maybe I just haven't spent enough time in the fog. Zoom in. Easy to get lost in some of these parts. We've only got barriers on one side. If it goes too far to the left or the right, you're like, where's the course again? It's around here somewhere, I swear. A little bit of a drift tap there. Just a kiss on the concrete. Yeah, they do feel a little bit long. I felt like... And I think the trouble is there's not a huge amount of landmarking. So it's kind of hard to gauge your progress. The actual circuit itself, though, is not terrible. Like, it is a nice track with a suitable amount of straights and corners. Okay, finally hit the wall properly. We had a pretty good run of pretty good racing. But like, the circuit is not overly challenging, it's quite enjoyable to actually drive. Ooh, watch out for the containers. I think it'd be better if it was just less foggy. Now, I have a feeling there probably isn't an option to make it less foggy. It's probably fog or not fog. That's basically it. But I don't hate the nighttime version. And the fog does have the advantage of kind of making the course not recognizable. Like, you don't, or at least I don't, recognize, apart from that interchange, the highway interchange, I don't recognize any of the other parts of that map from the overworld from Mexico. So in that regard, the fog is useful because it feels like it's an entirely new area that you're driving around. Or at least it did to me. Of course, those trees are added in as well. Impressive. I didn't even think about that, but... yes, they were. Anything goes, A800. Strangely familiar circuit, well suited to a time attack. Okay.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
I'm on power, baby.
So, Uber.
Recalculating route.
Excuse me, sir. I'm off to fight a rally.
Who likes good news? Everyone?
Thank you very much for the follow, Insomniac. Glad you like what you see. I hope I'm helping you with your insomnia. At least as much as one can help someone with insomnia.
Take the second exit.
You have, Insomniac, my apologies.
Arrived at your destination.
What we can do is we can all collectively pretend that didn't happen. Well, in that case, carry on. I hope I'm making your insomnia worse then. Anything goes. The trouble with anything goes is anything goes. What do we want to goes, chat? It's the real question we're facing currently. Getting the limousine again, that could be a laugh. DeLorean, just because that's pretty unique, pretty unusual. The Berlinetta, because it's probably one of the better A-class cars I've got. Well, happy to have you, Insomnia. Happy to have you. Insomniac, sorry. Happy to have you. I have a feeling that's how a lot of people stumble across my channel, to be honest. Oh, we could break out the new Lotus. Let's do that. I've got to make the $8 I spent on this worthwhile. Because, let's be honest, I'm not going to touch any of the other cars, really. Oh, yeah? You enjoying it? Is this your first Forza or Insomnia? Forza Horizon 5? Okay, so what were you playing before that? Yeah, I mean, the fourth game, I reckon, is probably my second favorite. Or at least, or possibly even tied for my favorite. My favorite one was my first installment in the series, Horizon 2. And I think that's partly because of the map, the southern France, northern Italy map was just lovely to drive around. But I really enjoyed the Horizon 4 map as well with the seasons. Ah, lovely. Also, just the fact that they drive on the correct side of the road just made it fantastic. How are you finding 5 then? Do you prefer 4 to 5 or what? I think I'm balanced. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to think myself, now that I've asked you that question. I think there's that drift thing in the middle. Let's have a look at that in the next lap. This is remarkably smooth, by the way. Always impressed by that. Yeah, I think I'd probably say the same. Maybe it's my kind of compulsion or need to be up to date. But I think Horizon 5 is probably preferable. To me, at least. Okay, so that was just a shortcut. Or if they were like changing the layouts, that's what that was. Yeah. Have you had a look at the Horizon 5 DLC? The Rally Adventure? That's what it's called, right? Rally Adventure? Personally, that's got some of my favorite roads in the series. It's got some fantastic asphalt roads in that one. Really lovely driving. Okay. So we've done all we want to do. We've only got the PR left, and I cannot be bothered to do that. I think it might be time to have a brief look online. What car do I want to take online? I don't know if we've actually done anything to this car in terms of upgrading it. Maybe let's do that. And take this one online. No, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, you don't really need them. There's so much content in the base game. It can keep you busy for hours. Also, to be honest, the Hot Wheels DLC was a bit kind of eh. It might be more up your end or whatever, but yeah, not so much for me. Getting down. This skills on. Skill song, not skill song.
You have arrived at your destination.
Thank you. That time that car actually pulled up perfectly. The wheels and the car stopped at exactly the same time. Pretty close. It's unusual. Me slicks. That got me, Moony Cutie. That was not even, like, played up for effect. That legitimately got me. Yeah, it's... This... I noticed this house in particular is rough when it comes to that. It just... For whatever reason, the wheels... There's two outcomes that are mostly common. The wheels will stop and the car will keep moving, or the car will stop and the wheels will keep spinning. This is the first time in a long time that I've seen them both stop when they should. Come on, where's old? There's old reliable. Have we done this? Yes, we have. Let's do a quick transmission change. Get some race diff on the back. That is entirely alright, Mooney Cutie. I put it in there for a reason, and that was to make my life hell. It is not your fault for utilizing the tools that I gave you. It is my fault for giving you the tools. Oh, well, excuse me, Insomniac, sorry. Look at me, I wouldn't get got by a horror sting in the middle of Forza Horizon 5. Think you're better than me, do you? Is that what you're saying? Yep. Car mechanic simulator tomorrow. You have a good visit from your mum. And yeah, I'll see you in a little under 24 hours. Yeah, so we're going to take this online briefly, chat. Probably do 1 championship, maybe 2. Looks like we're rocking back and forward quite a bit. Ow. Sorry, citizen. See if we can do something about the suspensione. Damn, it's a good looking car though. I'm definitely always worried driving around people online for that exact reason. What did we do? We did that. Do that instead. Do that. And then maybe... Nope, can't do that. Don't want to do that. Can't do that either. Already on a gearbox. Do that. Can't do that. That. Ooh, could almost do that. Don't want to do that. Let's just do that instead. That's pretty close to A800. That'll do. Let's just make sure we got it nicely tuned. The turn-in and the gears and what have you. Make sure it's all ship shape. Wait, hold on. Gotta actually take some corners if I want to know if it's alright on the corners. Funny how things like that work, huh? If you want to test it, you gotta do it. There's not a particularly good spot to test it out.
I'm on power, baby.
I think we can turn on the pressure on these bad boys a little bit. Hopefully give us a bit more grip. Gearing seems pretty fine. Alignment. Let's straighten you up. You a bit as well. That'll do. Tow you out so you turn in a bit better. Another caster. Tow you down. Lower that down as well. Okay, it's feeling significantly different. Are we oversteering? I think so. Maybe a touch. Oh, well, there go both wing mirrors. That's alright. We didn't need them anyway. We're a progressive kind of driver. We only look forward, we don't look backwards. We look where we're going, not where we've been. We're future focused. If we turn up the stiffness of the rear anti-roll bars by about 1 and a bit circle width. That should hopefully reduce the oversteer somewhat. I think that's a little bit better. That was my fault, I think, that oversteer there. Not the cars. I'm probably still recovering from the concussion from when I ran into that house at full speed. Okay, I reckon we're pretty ready to go online. We are in A class? No. No, 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 no. I'm not that ambitious. Not at all. When I first picked up Forza, for whatever reason I made it a point of driving only in cockpit view. And even then, when I had this kind of weird, almost fetishization of driving in a realistic perspective, even then I didn't have simulation damage on. I didn't have rewind on, but I did not have damage on. That was a bridge too far for even me. What about you? Are you a sim damage individual, Insomniac? Yeah, neither. I don't even have... no, I mean, I obviously do have cosmetic damage, I guess, but... Even that, I often wonder, do I want to turn that off? Yeah, I always have rewind on just because it's like, why not, right? It just makes the game so much more enjoyable. Maybe it's because I was dually a uni student. I had more time, I guess. I could afford to. Oh, an event's in progress, is it? Okay. Why was it... Why could I not join it if it was only now in progress? I think it's because I just don't have the time to restart a race if I mess up right at the end. Or if I don't nail that last corner and get the overtake to get first place. Can you take photos in this smoke? No, you can't. Okay. Oh. Worth having a look. Pretty quick. Or pretty powerful, I should say. I mean, the rewind is absolutely one of the best features of the kind of modern racing game. And by that I mean I guess Forza. I replayed Underground 2 not too long ago. And, you know, if you mess up right at the end, hit a NPC car or whatever, and you know, therefore don't win that race. It's like, oh, gotta redo the whole damn thing. And if it's like a particularly rough race, that's not fun. Not fun at all. It's a real shame that I was not in this event, because I'm almost certain it's around this circuit, and I really like driving around this circuit. Excuse me, hiccups. Really good looking car, in my opinion. Like, really good looking.
I'm on power, baby.
I don't know what it is about it. I think it's... I mean, obviously it's the shape that helps. It's just compact, it's not...
I'm on power, baby.
More power, baby! It's not got a lot of frills in it. Kind of elegant in that regard. It's somewhat understated. Intakes on the side look really nice. Don't quite know what the fin intake stuff on the bonnet is, but it looks cool. It also quite obviously looks like the younger...
I'm on power, baby. I'm on power.
It looks quite obviously like the younger brother of the Avaya as well.
I'm on power.
Don't know. Then again, I wasn't exactly a genius either. We both played chicken to its logical conclusion, running directly into each other.
I'm on power, baby.
Yeah. There has been earlier in the stream we were doing the trial and there was a little bit of argy-bargy, unfortunately. That was definitely the kind of... Did you steal your license? Did you fake your license? Are you a fraudster? You're a criminal? Oh, the Cyclone. Interesting. Oh, full house too. Ah, 2 Lotus Amiras, hell yeah. Let's go. Oh. A Dodge SRT Demon. With the lowest PI points out of all of us. No, I am mostly 2. It's really only since I started streaming. Well, actually, no, I did it a little bit beforehand. But it was around the time I started streaming that I started having a look at it.
I'm on power, baby.
Ooh, okay, lacking a little bit in terms of the grip. We've lost our license plate though, which works in our favor. We can now go as fast as we want and not get ticketed. Damn, well done you.
I'm on power, baby.
Clearly S2000 from the trial. Bollocks. Not my finest moment. Yeah, it can be a real roll of the dice with the trial as to whether you have a good bunch of people or a really bad one. And then there's the whole other category as to whether they'll just be aggressive drivers who just want to dominate the road. And it's not terrible in the trial if they're aggressive drivers and they're good, because at least you'll win overall. But if they're aggressive drivers and bad, that's rough. Because then you're going to lose and also get beaten up. Yeah, that guy just was like, I'm going to have a real close look at this tree over here, if that's alright with everyone. Just straight into it. What a hero. And then, yeah, I think it was the S2000, and then he left. What an inspiration to us all. truly a be the change you want to see in the world moment. I think it was last week we went online. I can't remember what we were racing. We'll do one more. That was really just one race, if we're honest. And for whatever reason, one guy, I think it was A-Class, one guy had decided to drive a Crown Victoria with the siren and the lights on top. And he had decided that he was going to roleplay as a Need for Speed cop. So he... I can't remember what chat message he did, but there was a chat message that he would deploy to kind of directed to the person he was behind. And then it was a pursuit race. Like, they were actively going after people, like running into them, trying to pit them and all that kind of stuff. And that's the only time I've encountered an aggressive player and being like, no, that's actually alright, I can deal with that. Because they were playing a character. It made sense to me. Like, okay, you're not a dickhead, you're actually being a cop. And you want to make this like a Need for Speed game. That's fine. I can understand that. Because then it's more of a battle. It's not just negligent driving. You're like, okay, this guy's got an objective, he's trying to drive me off the road. I can work with this, I can work around this. And I did. Because it was a street race as well, so there are the AI cars on the road. And you can use... Damn, we are so much slower than everyone else. You can use those to, as obstacles or protection from him. Or them, I should say. Yeah, I know. I think I'm definitely in the minority in thinking that. The people in my stream were not quite as understanding. Ooh, we got a bit of a tussle going on here. The super. But I enjoyed his commitment to the character. The only thing I would have appreciated is he didn't use the police siren horn at all. I mean, if you're going to do a cop chase, you need to have the horn on. That's the thing, I think it was expecting people to give him a bad time though. That was like part of the shtick, I guess. I think the reason I didn't mind it so much is because I saw it coming. Because he was, you know, dressed up as a cop, and it's kind of like, okay, this guy's pretending to be a cop, and then he starts doing the Need for Speed cop thing. You're like, okay. Whereas maybe I'm naive, but every time I go into an online race, I'm like, maybe we'll all just want to get to the finish line this time, and we'll drive competently and not use each other as a barrier to bounce off of. And that's often not the case. So it was a nice change to kind of have the aggression telegraphed. Gonna be forewarned. Hey, I'm gonna be a bit of a jackass. Oh, hell yeah. Amira, 3rd place. Represent. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna be an arsehole. Is that alright with everyone? No? Tough. Yeah, like I said, I think I was definitely a lot more forgiving. And I think it's partly because he didn't really, for whatever reason, sick onto me, except for in the last race. For the most part, he, for whatever reason, left me to my own devices. Gee, there sure is a lot of time where fast traveling to other people. Well, they left me to my own devices, but that's only because he was going after everyone else. So it wasn't all sunshine and roses for the whole lobby. There were definitely some people that were not having great times. Okay, we got a few more people. A bone shaker, which is ominous. Hopefully they don't come in first. And a Lamborghini Diablo, which is surprisingly the lowest PI out of all of us. So let's try and beat the Lamborghini. Gee, look at that BMW go. Just rocketing out of the gates. There goes the bone shaker, unsurprisingly, just shooting forward. Okay, so the BMW is a little bit more interpretive in their driving. Would perhaps be ideal. A more touchy-feely. That's right, Insomniac. Pleasure to have you for the time you were here. If you want, I'll see you in about 24 hours time when we do a little bit of Car Mechanic Simulator tomorrow night. But you have a good rest of your morning, evening, afternoon, night, whatever it may be for you. Oh, missed the fence. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Wow, we lost 3 players. Okay. Okay, so that Supra is a bit more power than handling, it seems. Whereas, if anything, I'm the opposite. A bit more handling than power. The way, lamppost. keeping a pretty consistent distance between ourselves and the Supra. He gains on the straights, and then I kind of pull away in the corners. If he's gonna get me, it'll be on this straight here, just because it's the longest one, I think. But unless something catastrophic goes wrong, we're in the clear in terms of coming 6th or 7th. Should be pretty comfortably crossing the line. Okay, and they all left. Gee, the lobby's hard. Nice jump though. Whoa, sick. Sick 360 from the stream to finish out. Third in the championship. Very nice, very nice. Bone Shaker only came 2nd. Not bad. Okay, this is a sprint? Yes. Alright. Got 2 new fellas. The GTO, another GTR, and a WRX. Let's try not to come last. I'm not feeling super confident given the fact that we are the least powerful vehicle. By PI at least. But let's see what happens. The fact that they didn't take off immediately is not a bad sign. The Bone Shaker is gaining something fierce. Ooh, just cleared that fence. Up ahead. They're Biff behind. The Datsun. Think of it, physical. And the Bone Shaker too, they're all right on my ass. Oh, bloody hell. I want a piece of it too. Damn it, I overlooked that corner so much. Last place, thy name is Zhao. Hey, Charlotte. Damn it. I don't quite know what happened there. I think I just kind of kept turning. And I should have counter-turned. Oh, well.
I'm on power, baby.
Win some, lose some. Gentle. Gee, we're both very close to losing it then.
I'm on power, baby.
Good racing by the Supra. Good racing. It was a near thing, but we got bested. Yeah, it's like 0.1 of a second in between us. The WRX came first. Interesting. Didn't expect that. Ooh, so close to a podium finish. If I hadn't whiffed it there, we would have almost certainly got a podium finish. Ah well. No sense in losing sleep over what could have been, particularly when it's in a online race. Definitely no use in losing sleep over that kind of stuff. I'm gonna call it there, chat. I went longer than I expected, but I do not dislike the fact that I did that. Thank you very much for joining me for however long you did. I appreciate it immensely regardless. We are going to raid out to It's Quent, who is currently partaking in Drunk Card with 4 other streamers, MX Puffin, Chris Desu, a whole range of characters. We're going to go and say hi to them. I appreciate you coming. In approximately 20 hours, we will be back here doing some Car Mechanic Simulator. We've got a Renault Clio V6 knockoff to fix up. And just some other cool things that I want to kind of have a look at before I get too burnt out on the game. And then I think next week we're going to start the latest Need for Speed Unbound. That recently came to Game Pass, and I want to have a look at it. So drop a follow if you want to keep up to date with all that kind of stuff. And or drop a follow over here to keep abreast of what's happening, whether I'm streaming or whether I'm not. Until then, until that 20-hour time Car Mechanic Simulator stream, let's go say hi to It's Quent. Yeah, and have a good Saturday. Cheerio.